Link engaged.
Visit us at TeamSpeak.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finals of the TL Open number 17 is brought to you by TeamSpeak 3 and Mr. D Apollo, who is not sponsoring, but he is co-casting.
I am co-casting along with you, TotalBiscuit. How you doing?
I'm not too shabby. It is rather warm in this studio. I think we're going to have to work on ventilation at some point. We are doing a lot of casting tomorrow as it happens. We are in preparations for IPL 2. Which, yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah,
my debut tomorrow, man, with IPL Season 2.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
IGN Pro League, looking forward to that one. And you guys will get to see that in a few weeks' time. There's a lot of very shiny preparation going on right there. If you thought the IPL 1 was impressive, I don't think you've seen anything yet.
Yeah, it's great for me to be aboard too, so high five to all the other high IPL casters out there, DJ Wheat, you know, the other guys, HD, StarCraft.
Tastosis is casting, oh yes.
Yeah, Tastosis too are doing it too, so high five to the other guys. I'm looking forward to that. You guys should definitely tune in, sorry, to...
You should definitely tune out and completely ignore our casts because they're rubbish.
We just mumble up words and stuff, but yeah, definitely tune into that. It's going to be awesome.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. We're seeing a mirror build from these two right here, which means that we really don't have a huge amount to talk about, which is probably a good time to remind you, actually, about the fact that there are loads of DreamHack VODs up, if you've actually missed any of them, over on youtube.com/TotalHalibut, as well as over on Day9's Blip TV channel.
Yeah, I never actually remember Day9's Blip channel. I just know there's a lot of blip and dots and TVs, and it's like day9.blip.blip.
Yeah, TV. I think there's like 3 TVs in the URL just because, you know, that's just how he rolls. So it's fairly reasonable, but whatever the case, I'm sure you can Google that. Some great matches on all sides, and don't forget to check out the co-cast with OGSMC, which is available over on my channel as well.
I heard that was pretty cool. Obviously, I didn't listen to it live because I was working myself and my voice is not quite recovered from it, but I hear MC was quite the man.
MC is always quite the man. That's all I can say. He is quite the baller. Once again, we're still going for the mirror builds right here with a first very slight deviation. Oh my god, the supply depot was built 5 seconds before. It's a critical moment. No, it is not, but whatever the case, it's a TBT for the first few minutes, folks. That's just the way of it. A TBT, a very dynamic matchup, though. There's an awful lot of positioning involved in Terran versus Terran.
Yeah, it's definitely all about position. Probably this matchup for me is the most difficult to play, to cast, because it is so high level. This is the most, well, the closest game, closest matchup for me that actually relates to chess. Just because it's so strategical, every little edge you do in the game. It's a great matchup. It's really awesome to watch, just very hard to play.
No question. And Hack actually opening up with a Reaper fast expansion by the looks of it, whereas his opponent is going for the Quick Factory.
Yeah, we'll have to see the deviations from here. I mean, with the Reaper Expo, we've seen there's a lot of different transitions you can do, especially if you're going to go ahead and get the second gas that fast. Probably see the factory go down quite soon also from here. And he is going to put it straight onto that factory, so we're only going for the one Reaper. And meanwhile, we only have one gas for NEXIceCream so far. The factory has now begun with the tech lab. We'll have to see what he's going to do from here. Is he going to try and maybe Factory Expo? Or will he go for a more aggressive build? Yeah, he's just going to go for the Factory Expo.
There you go. That's what it is, folks. And a very nice, neat wall off there by NEXIceCream, who's able to deny any more scouting going in to his base for the time being. Except, of course, if that scout happens to be a Reaper, which is sneaking past the line entirely and tries to delay the expansion. He's not able to do it, however. He needs to get out there immediately, and off he goes. But he does get some scouting information on the timing of that expo.
Like, both players have the exact same builds. It's just switched around. I mean, they have the same production facilities. They have the same upgrades, both going for Pre-Igniter. For the upgrade for the Hellions, they're both building Hellions. We do have a bunker, though, for Hack, and we don't have one for NEXIceCream yet. He's going to go for a star put here, so we'll have to see how this does. And that is the way that TVT plays all the time. It opens up with, it's very harassment based, see who can kill the amount of the largest amount of SCVs, and then it will slow down, take a slower gear, slower pace.
Sneaky little individual. Hack, unfortunately, forgets about the Zelnaga Watchtower, which gives the visibility to NEXIceCream. There's the quick cleanup of that Reaper that's now out of play. And army supply count slightly in favor of NEXIceCream right now. Worker supply is entirely equal, with the exception of the fact that Hack actually has 2 mules down right now.
Yeah, they do. And it's really funny because they're both trying to hide these blue flame Hellions from each other. They've both gone for it, though.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm not making blue flame Hellions. He is that guy over there. Yeah, that's not actually happening. And it's interesting to see that Hack is actually using this command center for macro for the time being without rolling it out. And that's quite effective, honestly. It lets you saturate that line much quicker. And obviously, it lets you do some great mule mining and give you that early economic edge.
Yeah, indeed. And now the blue flame Hellions are on retreat. Doesn't really want to reveal that he's got blue flame, as that gives away so much. Shows that you haven't got siege mode, shows you haven't got any tanks. And both players playing a little bit cautious with their expo, as you said, not really looking to go down quite yet. And it looks like NEXIceCream is going to take the initiative and start to move down that orbital command and start mining gas ASAP. So important in this matchup.
Yep, looking to grab the 2 gas as quickly as possible. In the meantime, we see Hack is looking for a moment of opportunity. There's Roasted on the Zelnaga guard. Not much of a guard, I've got to say. And as I've said in previous matchup, the best counter to Hellion is in fact Hellion. So we'll see some interesting wars coming in right now. There's the engagement and a good initial attack right there by Hack, who's able to nail down 2. He loses one in the process, but a quick split, and follows up with the marine aggression. However, it looks like NEXIceCream's retaken that initiative quite nicely.
And interesting floating barracks on the right-hand side here, which is interesting. And in comes a drop, but the Viking does spot it.
Oh, here comes the interception, but a single Viking will not be enough to stop it before that drops, unless Hack decides to hang around doing nothing. There's the quick pickup, and the medevac will go down, needless to say, and here come the Hellions. Honestly, Hack really can't do an awful lot with that, and Hellion counters Hellion, and down it goes.
Oh, that was quite deadly, really. But we do have the switch over into siege tanks now from NEXIceCream, and over in Hack's base we do have siege tanks making itself 2 factories, though, both on a tech lab, and we still have NEXIceCream still on 1 reactor with these Hellions, still making a lot of Hellions. And there's a lot of opportunity to do a lot of damage to Hack's economy line here.
It can be done, certainly. That is 8 Hellions, and 8 Hellions isn't pleasant no matter which way you slice it. And that's exactly what Hack was looking to do right there, able to take out a single Hellion from that group from NEXIceCream. However, the domination of the Hellion count is still in favor of him, and looking to take map control, which he is able to do very easily.
And a great wall off here by Hack. If you see in the bottom south location, you're just going to wall that off with 2 supply depots. Stops any run-bys by Hellions. It's going to be great in combat in this, and the same thing from NEXIceCream at north position, both playing super safe.
Shouldn't be a problem as far as I can tell. Hack holding on. He's got a good defense for the time being. However, his army supply count is severely suffering as opposed to what his opponent's got. We can see that NEXIceCream is sitting on an extra Viking. He's also got those 2 tanks, which of course his opponent has, but there are 9 Hellions to 6, and these Hellion wars in the middle will prove to be intriguing. We've noticed that both NEXIceCream and his opponent have walled off against Hellions to the rear. However, it looks like NEXIceCream has been able to bypass the majority of the Hellions right there. Hack's going to see it coming. The question is, will NEXIceCream decide to turn around and try and catch that? He might be able to intercept this. That's what he's doing. He's moving out to the flank right now. Oh, and here comes the interception, and it's a good one, as NEXIceCream deals with that very, very nicely indeed. There's the cleanup.
It's a big lead from NEXIceCream now, and both these players you can see using mech. Mech is probably the most viable, especially on this map, and you can't really use bio because of the choke points, and Hellions soak up damage so well that you can get into great position with your tanks, and also deal a lot of damage if he does have bio of himself. And it looks like NEXIceCream is going to try and take an expo quite fast. Moving down into the middle of the map, very important control the mid stages of this game, to control the Zelnaga tower, to kind of control the flow of the game.
I should also like to point out the large Viking count of NEXIceCream right now. I wonder how is that going to play into the game as we go forward?
Well, it's going to play a lot, because once you have the Viking lead, you kind of... The other player has to give it up unless he's going to invest a lot of money into it. And it's going to give him position a lot easier time. Both players are looking to get the gold. The player with the higher Viking count is definitely going to be able to control more of the gold and do a lot more harassment there.
Yep, and a little bit of a dip in right here by NEXIceCream, is now sitting on 15 Hellions, continuing to build Hellions. And we really don't usually see this mass Hellion count this late in the game.
No, not at all. And he's going to be using them to do a lot of run-by. He's going to be using them to soak up a lot of damage while he gets his tanks into position. But this Viking count, looking at the unit tab now, 9 versus 6 is quite a lead there.
It is now 11, in fact, for NEXIceCream, who has air superiority. His army supply count is, of course, in his favor, and he's now able to take this gold. And, of course, with that amount of Hellions, he's going to be able to harass this gold right here for Hack, who has now undeployed his tanks, and a good scan right there. Perfect timing as NEXIceCream moves in to deny it. And this is going to be difficult for his opponent to deal with. Hack redeploys. And, of course, the Viking count of NEXIceCream is going to prove to be exceptionally useful right now. There's the scan to try and deal with that, but still a little bit of minor shelling, and NEXIceCream takes the first blood in this tank war.
Yeah, I mean, without this Viking count, what can you do? You just can't use scans all game. He doesn't even have the energy to do so, and he's got no vision at whatsoever. Unit tab now 13 to 8. He's just pushing further and further ahead with this Viking count. Nice run by, though, but denied.
Denied indeed, as NEXIceCream moves to the interception, is able to deal with it very, very easily. I'll tell you, hell, if I was NEXIceCream, I'd actually be tempted to land a couple of Vikings in the middle of that nice big bunch right there. But we'll see what happens. I don't think he really wants to throw them away. Or maybe he does! Called it, ladies and gentlemen. There it goes. A massive Viking aggression as the Hellions charge in from the front. Annihilation.
Wow. That is so one-sided.
Ouch.
More one-sided than a Mobius strip.
Yes, indeed, Tasteless. Thank you very much for that. And now Hack with a counter-Viking push. As those Vikings are able to hold up against the Hellions, of course, Vikings are armored, but it doesn't really matter. Hack gives it up. Wooji? What? That is Wooji. That's not Wooji. Good lord.
Well, how do you say that?
And W Crab.
W Crab.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. And the first game in this best of 5 series goes to NEXIceCream.
I'm going to restart the stream really quick.
We're going to be restarting the stream, folks. We will be right back.